All right. What we doing? How we doing, Greg? How we doing, David? Going live here. Greg, how we doing, David? Going live here. I'm gonna get this so I don't have to. Let me go mute YouTube. That's what I'm doing. I can hear it. There we go. Echo go away. How you guys doing this morning? Man, you guys see, I know Grass. I remember Greg was there last night. Seeing 250 last night was amazing. So what I'm doing here is editing clips from last night's show. And first thing I gotta do is replace this. It says 249, so we're gonna go in here. And we're going to replace it. Overlays, already built the new overlay. Going to grab it. 250 Isaacson cover. Now we've got the 250 Isaacson cover. Doing good. Love the scrap last night, man. Was Ike on fire or what? Was he on fire or what? How's the sound levels, by the way, on this stream? Yeah, I've heard that, Jason. I've heard that, like, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 times since last night. That was one of the best ones ever. That's a lot of hype for it. Let me look at OBS. Sound levels seem good. Okay, keep asking questions, man. This is what I'm doing right now. This is the entire scrap right here. This little piece with the purple. And what I'm going to do is attempt to find the sound bites so that I can put them and edit them and then publish them to social media. But one of the first things we do is we find Kurt here. There we go. And we make sure that he looks good and framed up. So I'll go to real zoom. Now we got the proper framing. Now we've got to try and capture Kurt inside this thing, which is going to be a fun little project. So here's the preview. And trying to keep Kurt in frame is going to be next to impossible. But we're going to give it our best shot for making these reels. So there we go. Now anywhere we look, we should have Kurt in frame screaming at us. Sometimes with the hat on, sometimes not. So we're on our way. Yeah, no need to edit the whole scrap as a soundbite. Yeah, I try to make 1 minute or less little sound bites to share on social media, just to hype, just to bring in new listeners. It's all part of the process. So now we look for the sound bite. So I've got written down. Let's start at the beginning. Heck yeah, it's nice and unobtrusive, Michael. Nice and unobtrusive. Just kind of chilling in the background. I do it whenever I'm trying to be creative. I like this channel here. I'll share it with you. I'll put it over here so you can see it. Oh wait, that's me. This one. No, it's still not it. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Iron Man Workshop. Iron Man Workshop Radio. Work music for concentration. Phenomenal one. Put it on in the background when I'm writing or when I'm doing creative work. For what it's worth. All right, back at it here. Okay. First soundbite was at 0828, but I didn't put a number by it, so I just got to try and find it. The way it works is, this is 8 o'clock, and I got to look at the number and find 0828, which is the general area where it occurred. So I got to zoom. 15, here's 30. Get the preview out of the way. 2.5, here's 2.8. So this is the area where I said the soundbite occurred. So now we're going to listen.
Here's the deal. I think it's fucking crazy, disrespectful, and disgusting when somebody works on a fire department and they're going to do a full career, collect a pension from the taxpayers, and they wouldn't be proud if their kid got on the job. I hear firefighters say, I never want my kid to be a fucking firefighter. This job sucks. And it's like, they don't even know how good they got it, right? And You know, I said it at one of the conferences, Corley, about, I don't know, a half a dozen people came to me and said, man, Trevor's too smart to be a fireman. I said, what do we want, fucking stupid firemen? Like that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. We need smart firemen. Like, you think fucking John Norman's not a fucking genius? I mean, literally, like Terry Hatton, you know, Rescue 1 New York, they talked about that guy was like, you know, Chief Forrest. I'd like to know what his IQ is. Mike Lombardo's IQ? It's like a brain surgeon. I mean, I could go on and on. These people are geniuses. They don't forget anything. They're like an elephant. And so that's what makes the fire service great, is when we can get somebody that academically can do advanced stuff, retain, you know, and like Brian Brush's book, the damn first print sold out, right?
Right.
Like, we need smart people to be writing books like Brian Brush's book that he just did. You know, like, it blows my mind, like, you know, that anybody thinks somebody's too smart to be a firefighter. We need smart firefighters, right? And I don't think, like, I've never worked with a stupid, well, you know, maybe I have, but all the firefighters I work with are badasses, smart. Even the ones I don't like are smart. Now, they might not have some crazy formal education, but they can do anything. They can fix anything. Their common sense is off the chart, man. Like, you give them a problem, they're gonna fix it. What was that old saying? Put like 2 ball bearings in a room with a firefighter thing. Your common sense is off the chart, man. Like, you give them a problem, they're gonna fix it. What was that? The damn first print sold out, right?
Right.
Like, we need smart people to be writing books like Brian Brush's book that he just did. You know, like, it blows my mind, like, you know, that anybody thinks somebody's too smart.
Got it. Copy. Now we're gonna edit. I know it's real exciting. That's why I like when people log in and ask questions while I edit. It's so much more fun to do it with some other people around than it is by myself. So here's the clip. Now we got music below it. This is the music. Now we got the overlay above it. Now we got to make sure that Kurt's in frame, but of course he's cutting out regardless. So we're just gonna look throughout the clip and see where he's at most of the time. We'll make it where we can see it here. It's clipping his head, but that's just where he was at in the camera. I'll move it over here. That keeps him pretty much in frame the whole time. I don't see how it plays.
It blows my mind, like, you know, that anybody thinks somebody's too smart to be a firefighter. We need smart firefighters, right? And I don't think, like, I've never worked with a stupid, well, you know, maybe I have, but all the firefighters I work with are badasses, smart. Even the ones I don't like are smart. Now, they might not have some crazy formal education, but they can do.
I think it's crowding in a little too much. I'm trying to back it off just a bit. Yeah, I don't know why the default's doing that. Boom, boom, boom. Let's try to make him a little bit bigger in it. Go away. Go away. Looks good. Nice leaning in. He leans in. Might make it a little bit bigger. Alright, let's see how that looks.
It blows my mind, like, you know,
man, out of this one, there's probably
smart to be a firefighter.
Greg,
we need
I don't know. This one,
right?
I wrote down.
And I don't think, like, I've never worked with a stupid, well, you know, maybe I have, but all the firefighters I work with are badasses, smart. Even the ones I don't like are smart.
Timestamps.
They might not have some crazy formal education.
It's a good bite in the moment,
but
and
they
then you
can
get there,
do anything. They can fix anything.
and it doesn't really wrap up, you know, or it doesn't have a really solid point. So this one, I'm gonna unhook it. I'm gonna drag it out here. Then I need to put a name on this clip, right? And so the name we're going to go with is, because he's talking about smart firemen, I'm going to put, we need smart firefighters. And not Mead. That's the one thing about this this video program. Awesome, Josh. Good luck on your appointment. That's great to see you 100 days out, man. I can't believe it's been 100 days. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so we need smart firefighters. So here we go.
It blows my mind, like, you know,
I'm gonna kill the lo-fi. I'm gonna kill the lo-fi so I can hear the. I'll just look at the meters for the sound level. I'm gonna start about right there.
It blows my mind, like, you know, that anybody thinks somebody's too smart to be a.
And the sound level for the music in the background is right here. This is the output meter. I try to keep it between 25 and 30 so it doesn't overpower the clip, but it's not just a silent clip. I want music behind it.
It blows my mind, like, you know, that anybody thinks somebody's too smart to be a firefighter. We need.
I'll kill my lo-fi for a minute. That way we can hear the music kind of in the background. Here we go.
It blows my mind, like, you know, that anybody thinks somebody's too smart to be a firefighter. We need smart firefighters, right? And I don't think, like, I've never worked with a stupid, well, you know, maybe I have, but all the firefighters I work with are,
you can see my arm here.
badasses, smart. Even the ones I don't like are
Gotta
smart.
fix that.
Now, they might not have some crazy formal education, but they can do anything. They can fix anything. Their common sense is off the chart, man. Like, you give them a problem, they're gonna fix it.
Make that in properly. Pull the mutts don't scrap in a little tighter. And then we got to fix the framing because you can see me, I'm clipping in right here. Don't like that. That's at the end. I don't want that. We'll start at the beginning. It's this one. Just need to pull it over. All right, it got me out of there. And we're ready to render. I like the
Smart, man. Like, you give them a problem, they're gonna fix it.
Boom. Got it selected. We need smart firefighters. Ready to make a clip. Project. Render as. We're going to stick it under reels. Finished reels. And we're going to name it GRNC number 250A. And it's not an MP3. Whew. Now we render. All right, coming back over here. Looking at what people are saying. I need to get that program. You have to send me the name of it. Okay, here's the deal. I love this program. I've been using it for like 5 years. It's phenomenal. I'm really good with it because I've been using it. So I've been using it for probably 10 years now. I love it. I went to download the newest, this version because I wanted to put it on other laptops. And you cannot get this version anymore. So I'm riding it until it dies. Now, I bought the newest version. And the reason I use it is pretty cheap. It's like a $50. Most of the video editing software is pretty expensive. And it works quick. But it's a very good visual editor. I can see video clips and overlays, and it works for my brain, how everything layers over itself. And I love that part of it. But the new version doesn't work the same way. And I'm telling you, it's like when you get a new phone and you don't, when you switch from, if you're an iPhone boy and you switch to Android or vice versa, you're lost when you're just like, how does anything work? Everything you did just naturally just doesn't work. And it was the same way with that program. Boom. All right. I'm going to open it. We can look at it now and see what we think.
It blows my mind, like, that anybody thinks somebody's too smart to be a firefighter. We need smart firefighters, right? And I don't think, like, I've never worked with a stupid, well, maybe I have, but all the firefighters I work with are badasses, smart. Even the ones I don't like are smart. Now, they might not have some crazy formal education, but they can do anything. They can fix anything. Their common sense is off the chart, man. Like, you give them a problem, they're going to fix it.
Nice. Okay. Clip 1 done. Now it's time to find clip 2. And this is what I do. 8:31. Now, the last one was marked at 8:28, and I found it right before, so I'm going to look right in front of.
I mean, shit, if you get on a job, I mean, if you wanted to, I'm not saying you want to, just calm down for you fucking people that are like counting down the days to your retirement. Well, for us that want to stay on the job, you got on at 22 and you did 40 years to your 62. I mean, shit, you could retire at 100% pension and walk out with about a $1.5 million check and pay all your shit off.
It's hard to knock, brother.
You know, we do a lot of special ops stuff. So,
Corley the host,
I
just
think it's
along
awesome,
for the
man.
ride.
You know, it's
Just-
you know, we
it's
saw
like
during the
riding a tiger.
pandemic, you still get a paycheck.
I don't think that's the clip, though.
When I go to work,
I didn't put down names on some of the clips, so I don't know what I'm looking for.
when I go to work in my head, this ain't no bullshit. And some of my brothers from Escambia are watching, so they can quality assurance. Every time I go to work, I think I'm fucking going to a fire. I have brainwashed myself my whole career. When I go to work, I absolutely positively think I'm going to a fire. I get on duty like I'm going to the worst fire in my career. I mean, I spend so much time fucking my radio, my batteries, my air pack. Like, my brain is brainwashed. So right off the gate, I'm already mentally ready. When I go to bed at night, I think I'm going to a fire. And you let me go like 2 shifts without going to a fire, and shit, I might just sleep in the Chiefs buggy just so I'll be 30 seconds quicker getting there. And like the other day,
I got to figure out which clip I like better.
when I go to bed at night, I think I'm going to a fire. And you let me go like 2 shifts without going to a fire, and shit, I might just sleep in the Chiefs buggy just so I'll be 30 seconds quicker getting there. And like,
I like that, but I also like this other. How long is it total? It starts at 2:31, ends at 2:32, so it's a little too long, but I could edit it up. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. So we'll do, stretch it. Here's our clip, but we got a full minute clip, and I want to get it down to about 40 seconds if possible, but at least with the intro and outro, I want it at a minute at max. I'm going to use this music, so we're going to stick it here, which means I got to pull the outro out. All right, so here we go. Here's our music. I'm going to move it so I can hear the music along. Little epic. I'm not sure that fits the sound clip though, so what's this music? I like this. I think that's the one I just used. What we got here. I like that. I like that kind of background hip hop sound there. That goes good with this, I think. So we're going to stick it here. We'll see how Ike sounds over it, see if it kind of fits the vibe.
every time I go to work, I think I'm fucking going to a fire. I have brainwashed myself my whole career. When I go to work, I absolutely positively think I'm going to a fire.
Okay, I like the sound of the soundtrack over it. Chopping off the front end because he's repeating himself, and I'm going to put it here. And if I start here, I'm doing quick math, 601, and wrapping it up that area, that's 643. That's well under our minute, so let's just see how it sounds.
I have brainwashed myself my whole career. When I go to work, I absolutely positively think I'm going to a fire. I get on duty like I'm going to the worst fire in my career. I mean, I spend so much time fucking my radio, my batteries, my air pack. Like, my brain is brainwashed. So right off the gate, I'm already mentally ready. When I go to bed at night, I think I'm going to a fire. And you let me go like 2 shifts without going to a fire, and shit, I might just sleep in the Chiefs buggy just so I'll be 30 seconds quicker getting there.
That's a good clip. I like that one even better than the first one. This is what's fun. Tighten it
We're
up.
getting there.
And I'm going to see if I can get a better clip of the music I want to use here. I'm going to stretch this out to see the sounds. I don't think it's that direction. Let's go back the other way. I think that's the end of the song anyway. So let's go to the front of the song.
I have brainwashed myself my whole career. When I go to work, I absolutely positively think I'm going to a fire.
It's too low. This clip right here. But
You let me go like 2 shifts without going to a fire?
That's why. Sound clip. I mean, my music might not be long enough. If I go there, what's it sound like through here?
So I'll be 30 seconds quicker getting there.
I like that. Okay, so we can start it here.
I have.
All right, now we just need a name for it. Is the transfeel a bite? Man, you're going to have to be more specific, Greg. Transfeel. You got to remember, I did the after party, the 2.5 hour scrap. Size up, success, relocation, be assertive. Pressure is a privilege. It's your teaching, your being. Josh Everett's favorite. Oh, transfeel equals blindfold. That's 854. So is that what you're talking about? That must be. It says transfeel equals blindfold. That's my note. I don't know what it means. I won't know till I get back there and hear it again. What does he say here? I've brainwashed.
I have brainwashed myself my whole career. When I go to work, I absolutely positively think I'm going to a fire.
So I want to name this one. We got a good name for this one? Do you think you are going to a fire? That's too big, so I got to figure out. Are you going to a fire? There we go. I like that. That kind of puts a little challenge to it. Make sure the end lines up so our overlay doesn't cut out. And boom. Now we're going to listen to it one time. Quality assurance. Here's what it looks like as we listen to it. Oh, I haven't framed him up. Okay, hold on. Let's frame up Ike. Need to be able to see the preview while we frame. All right, so at the beginning, he's definitely out of frame, but he's gonna be because he's Ike. So we'll put him there. Then as we progress, that's keeping him pretty good. Now he's faded back, so we're going to slide it over. But did he just lean back? Yeah, he did. So we'll... You can kind of follow his nose. Clipping. He's clipping. His head's clipping. He's leaning back. Staying in frame. I like it. I like it. Let's do a little bit of zoom here. Now we'll see how that looks. And we're close to rendering this one.
I have brainwashed myself my whole career. When I go to work, I absolutely positively think I'm going to a fire. I get on duty like I'm going to the worst fire of my career. I mean, I spend so much time fucking my radio, my batteries, my air pack. Like, my brain is brainwashed. So right off the gate, I'm already mentally ready. When I go to bed at night, I think I'm going to a fire. And you let me go like 2 shifts without going to a fire, and shit, I might just sleep in the Chiefs buggy just so I'll be 30 seconds quicker getting there.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. We'll look for Transfill next. Oh, I messed it up. Hold on, we got to select it properly. Render that. GRNC number 250 B. Is that a GR? It is. Wow. My eyes are not working. Render. And now we render. Isn't this exciting? This is so very exciting. Making content. But I try to do it after each scrap. I also need to do the fire away. I wanted to talk to, man, it's since we switched to Patreon, it's been busy. I muted my phone for the scrap, and now I've got a bunch of missed messages. Boom, boom. Translator AKG. June 27th. People requesting days off. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 guys off. Boom. Got it. Let him know his day is approved. If I don't do it immediately, as the battalion, if I don't do it immediately, I forget to put the guys in, and so I have to do it the minute I get it. It's part of my process. One more. Stand in. Taylor White, stand in. Clay Trotter, July 6th. Shift exchange. Again, if I don't put it in immediately, that's June, July 6th, plus event. I'll get to your question. Jason is a great one. Trotter 4. I'll go look in a minute. No, I don't think a ton. Well, they're spread out. Hold on. I can't multitask. I'm a terrible multitasker. White. 2 seconds. Almost done. All day. Make it banana colored on the calendar. Boom. Okay, I've done my duties. Not a ton. Not a ton of views. It depends. Some of them go nuts on social media, on like Instagram or Facebook. But on like one of them will go, get 1,000 or something views on Instagram, but it'll only get like 40 views on Facebook. I don't know why. Sometimes it's just the time of day it hits, or one person shares it and another person, I think that's the whole, trying to figure out the algorithm that people chase. And ultimately, and on YouTube, I can see them all in one place. I can pull up, if I can do it on this monitor and we can look. YouTube. Let's go to Creator Studio. And you can look at analytics, but YouTube's growing fast, but I haven't done, there's only 5,500 subscribers. I'm very proud of that. Don't get me wrong, but I've never done anything with YouTube till recently. And so, but you can see here, these are the LFGs I do each day. Actually one of them had 139 views, which is really good for those little live chats I do. But content, there's the blast outs. You can see all the different stuff, announcements, but the lives. And I don't know if the shorts have been going to YouTube, because the last short I posted on YouTube was, how can you define, these, and this was December 10th. So I quit putting them on YouTube, the shorts on YouTube, so I actually can't even see the analytics. But the ones I was putting, you can see that one, that was one of mine from a fire away, me talking, had 330 views. This one here, what you allow, you condone, standards and behavior. I had over 1,100 views. I need to get them back on YouTube, though, for sure. There's Kyle Romagus on a short, 16,000 views. I love it when that stuff happens. It's always nice. Last time delay tactics from Chief Ike, number 100, had 300 views. So that's kind of stuff. And then one of them will blow up every once in a while. But that's YouTube. Hey, man. Back to Discord. Back to edit. Okay. Checking out our new clip.
I have brainwashed myself my whole career. When I go to work, I absolutely positively think I'm going to a fire. I get on duty like I'm going to the work in the Chiefs buggy just so I'll be 30 seconds quicker getting there.
So that's a good one. All right, we got B. Now I'm going to look for that transfill. I don't know if Derek is still in here or not, but I'm going to look for that transfill, and it's at 0854. So looking for 0854, I'm in the area, 58. 54 is right here. Right in this area. Go a little bit in front of it.
I tell you that stuff. You know why I tell you that? Because if my kids are going to be in the fire service, I'm scared to fucking death who's going to be sending them into a fire. Who's going to go get them? Are they fucking doing what I did for years where you go to a Queen Anne Victorian, 1890 it was built, and we do it with 3 engines, a ladder, and a rescue. Up. We don't want to call any more companies. That's not what we do. Up. And get my ass handed to me. Even at 21 years old, I couldn't walk for 2 days because we needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm assignment. And I told myself, if I ever get a chance, stand by.
Standing by.
It's real complicated to you Chiefs out there. You press a button, command, fire alarm, transmit a second alarm, and the resources start showing up. You start putting people on the bench. And hopefully when the fire's out, you might have at least one company that didn't do anything, and that's a good thing. That's the third string you didn't need at this ball game, and you won the game. And see, here's what people don't think about.
I actually like that clip of him getting up and walking back there, but I don't know if I can turn it into a clip.
Are they fucking doing what I did for years where you go to a Queen Anne Victorian, 1890 it was built, and we do it with 3 engines, a ladder, and a rescue. Up. We don't want to call any more companies. That's not what we do. Up. And get my ass handed to me. Even at 21, 1890 it was built, and we do it with 3 engines, a ladder, and a rescue. Up. Years where you go to a Queen Anne Victorian, 1890, doing what I did for years where you go to a Queen Anne, fucking doing what I did for years where you go to a fucking doing what I did for.
All right, I'll start it here and figure out.
1890 it was built, and we do it with 3 engines, a ladder, and a rescue. Up. We don't want to call any more companies. That's not what we do. Up. And get my ass handed to me. Even at 21 years old, I couldn't walk for 2 days because we needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm assignment. And I told myself, if I ever get a chance, stand by.
Standing by.
It's real complicated to you Chiefs out there. You press a button, command, fire alarm, transmit a second alarm. Even at 21 years old, I couldn't walk for 2 days because we needed a third. And get my ass handed to me. Even at, we don't want to call any more companies. That's not what we do. Up. And get my ass handed to me. Even at 21 years old, I couldn't walk for 2 days because we needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm assignment. And I told myself, if I ever get a chance, stand by.
Standing by. That might be where I started right there.
Alarm, and we did it with a first. We needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm assignment. And I told myself,
that's the start. All right, we found
we
it.
needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm assignment. And I told myself, if I ever get a chance, stand by.
Standing by.
It's real complicated to you Chiefs out there. You press a button, command, fire alarm, transmit a.
We got the clip. I was looking for Transfield, but we got this. Now we got to figure out what music we want with it. This looks like some. That's nice and epic-y. We'll go with it. Who called me and hung up? Potential spam. All right.
You might have at least one company that didn't.
I hear the end of this music. Honestly, it doesn't fit the clip. That music does not fit the clip. What we got here? Is that the same one we used earlier? They're starting to blur now. Yep, that's the same one. Okay. So this one. I'm looking, there it is. That one needs to go away, so I quit using it. There we go. I like this. This is epic. You can tell I like epic music. All right, I'm grabbing this clip, dragging it in here. Need to copy this. Need it over here. All right, now we got our clip. We got our music. We can end it properly. Maybe. We'll see. All right.
We needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm assignment. And I told myself, if I ever get a chance, stand by. Stand by.
Standing by.
It's real complicated to you chiefs out there. You press a button, command, fire alarm, transmit a second alarm, and the resources start showing up. You start putting people on the bench. And hopefully when the fire's out, you might have at least one company that didn't do anything, and that's a good thing. That's the third string you didn't need at this ball game, and you won the game.
All right, sorry, I can't multitask. Terrible multitasker. Someone texted me and asked. I'm not sure. I don't have this person's number saved in my phone. Good morning, Chief. I was just listening to Scrap 249, and Ryan mentioned the book Peak, and so did you, but because I'm listening onto a podcast, I can't figure out which book. So here we go. Oh. Is in the bookshelf, so luckily I can answer that question quickly, because otherwise I would have probably been lost. Okay. Man, Jim, Fred, I would love to be able to use the instrument of their choice, and probably, especially since it's just social media clips, I probably could do one. I probably could, because the copyright strikes aren't that big a deal. Someone asked last week about it, and the more you put on your YouTube channel, copyright strikes aren't bad, because it just means you can't monetize, which is no big deal, because I try not to monetize the shorts anyway. I mean, you can look at, I don't know if I had it up there, most of them have monetization turned off. YouTube is not, I'm not big enough for YouTube to be a cash cow. I think I make like $30 to $2 a month on YouTube or something like that. So it's not worth messing with. Now, if it was Supernova, if I had millions of followers, then, you know, you're talking tens of $1,000s a month, which is worth it at that point, I'm sure. But the more copyright strikes you get, the more you just don't want to be on the radar so that you don't get shut down, if that makes sense. Now we got to try and frame him. So I'm going to unhook it from the sound. Oh wait, I don't want to unhook it yet. I don't want to unhook it yet because I might clip some out. Here we go. Here's my preview. Make this smaller. All right, here we go. He's framed pretty good there, but I want to move him. Like impossible to keep in frame. I don't know how this is going to look. There we go. All right, we're going to see how that actually looks. That's a lot of motion.
We needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm.
I don't like that slide at the beginning. Didn't realize it. There we go. Fix that slide at the beginning. Now let's see.
We needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm assignment. And I told myself, if I ever get a chance, stand by, stand by.
Standing by.
It's real complicated to you chiefs out there. You press a button, command, fire alarm, transmit a second alarm, and the resources start showing up. You start putting people on the bench. And hopefully when the fire's out, you might have at least one company that didn't do anything, and that's a good thing. That's the third string you didn't need at this ball game, and you won the game.
I actually really like that clip. There's a lot going on. Okay. I'm going to put, it has to be you press a button, right? You press a button. That's the name of the clip. Got to unhook this now and drag it forward. There we go.
We needed a third alarm, and we did it with a first alarm.
That's a pretty good one. I like it when I'm pleased with myself. Project render as. I don't know if you guys find this as fun as I do, but I enjoy doing it with you. It's much more fun than sitting in here drinking coffee and doing it by myself. Much more. GRNC number 250. Is it C? Render that. Please feel free to ask questions too. Anything. It doesn't have to be about this stuff. I mean, although I love talking about this stuff. It can absolutely be about the scrap, vigilantes, firehouse vigilance, firefighting. I don't care. I'm just I'm just getting my daily duties done. It's almost, I want to say morning duties. It's almost 11 o'clock, but I've got a lot done. I don't know how long I've been streaming. Thanks for hanging out, those who have. Thanks for the questions. I could literally sit here all day and make more and more. This is the exciting behind the scenes. I could have showed you editing the podcast, which looks very much just like this. I think finding the sound bites is a little more exciting because it's almost like you're hunting for treasure. And when you find one and you edit it up good, it looks good. You're like happy. So there's I need to find some more. But the other thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to pull up email. Let's go to email. Checking the email. I'm going to do it over here. If you know Strong Bad. BJ Breacher. Let's see what you got. Oh, that's a good photo right out the gate. Oh, that's even better photo. Dude, looking salty. I'm going to share this with copy image. I'll share it with you guys in a second. I'm going to save image as. You guys, everybody has to give it up for BJ and Ryan Selleck for being willing to go around Ike. 251 Reacher. So the other thing I have to get done today, and I'll share what I'm doing here in a second. Reacher pick. There we go. Let me go to share the. We'll go here. Go to Canva. Windows Explorer. Breacher pick. So what I do is I remove the background. So like, I open up this thing in Canva. I love Canva, by the way. If you don't use Canva, it's phenomenal for this kind of stuff. So this is where I made Ike's cut out, but I'll delete Ike and I'll drag in Breacher here. Breacher looking all salty, looking good. I'll make him bigger. Okay. And then I'm gonna edit it. And this is what I like. I used to do this manually for every photo. I used to do this on my own. Then I discovered how good they actually do it better than me, just instantly. And that's how quick it is. Click a button, boom, get it out there. So export it. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to do. Download it. Transparent background. PNG. Boom, I'm going to save it under episodes. Breacher. I name it Breacher Cutout. Boom, got Breacher Cutout. Done with Canva. So now we'll open up the other program I use all the time. That's this. I'll pull it over here so you guys can all see what I'm doing. This is where I make my photos. This is also a very old program. It's probably another 10-year-old program that I use, but I've been using it so long I'm good with it. And it lets me work in layers. And so when I'm not working on this, I'm going to open up thumbs. I just moved them. Thumbnails. Here they go. I think Breacher's going to look better on the left, so we're going to put it this one. We're going to get rid of Mike Galliano, and we're going to go open up Breacher Cutout that we just made. Boom. Copying him. We're going to put him in here. Yeah, he's looking this direction. That looks good. I love when people send good pics too, man. Looks like he's going to work. Looks like he's serious. That's a good thumbnail. I wonder if I want to put a shadow on him. I wonder if I start doing that. I don't change stuff often, but it is 251. I'll let you guys decide. If anybody's watching, I'll let them decide. Put a fuzz on him. I don't know how to properly do this, so I do it myself. I don't know if I like that or don't like that. I'll put on a new layer and we'll see. I'll add another one. This is a lot to add though, because I have to do this each time, so I may not do it, but I'm still mess with it. Doesn't look good. Let's go to the side more. I don't know how I feel about it. Let me just look. I don't think it adds to it, and it's more work, so I think that looks better on its own. Okay, so we'll leave it there. His name is not Mike Galliano. I didn't check. We're gonna go with B.J. and hope he's okay with that. J of the font, but I'm not going to change it. BJ Breacher for episode 251 of the scrap. There we go. Saving this as a beautiful JPEG so I can send it to Sam. $251 for YouTube saved. Isn't this exciting? I'll keep this open. Then I'll make one for Instagram. Just to hype it on Instagram. Same thing. Get rid of Rob. Put BJ in there. Looking sexy. I like that. $251. I actually like the little J better, but alright. Breacher. Don't hide the R too much. I have to put you a little bit over here, BJ. There we go. Your name's more important than your pig. I wonder if that's true. And what date is BJ coming on? I think it's Monday, but I'm not 100% sure. And the thing I do over and over and over is check way too often. I just check. I'll check to spell names like 14 times. I hate misspelling people's names. Hate it. BJ Breacher, 6/17. 6/17 is Monday. Monday, June 17th. June 17th, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Live on YouTube. Apply. Stretch it out. That's what I really love about this program is it doesn't keep things. You can get crazy in how bad you can stretch stuff. Like you can get ridiculous with it, and it'll just do it. But a lot of programs won't do it. You can only do it like this, and it doesn't allow you to scale sideways and things like that. Boom, that one's done. Saving it. Don't go too far. Episodes, Breacher, JPEG, 251 for IG. Yes. Okay, that's done. You get everything right? June 17th. Got it all right. Got it all right. Okay, last one I have to make for the day is I might change these because they don't have the name on them. But I've done the same. I mean, these have never changed since I started the Scraps of the podcast. These are the thumbnails that go on Spotify or iTunes. And all it's ever been is the moved the wrong thing. All it's ever been is the picture and the name, and never had a name, just the picture and the episode number. But I'm wondering if I really like these ones that have the yellow over here with the name on it, and that way when you're scrolling through the thumbnails, you can find the person you're looking for. You don't have to know the episode number or the. And I feel that's probably something. I don't know if I'll go through and change them all. Yeah, I don't think I'll do that, but I might put the scrap and then the episode number and then the person's name right here. But that's a whole nother project. I don't know how many people actually look at the thumbnails on Spotify or iTunes when they're going to find it. I don't know. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze on that one. Saving this one, final one. 251 Breacher. And this one's a JPEG, and it's the WSP 251. I'll go to see all my direct messages with Sam. Make sure that this you can see where he invites me to this scrap. This is where he creates the after party. And now I'm going to throw 251 for Instagram in here, 251 for YouTube, the two we just made for social media. And I'm going to type in weekly scrap number 251 B. J. Breacher. And what are we going to title this scrap? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I got to go look and see what our topics of discussion are. Training, fitness, and expectations. And I'm going to get rid of the comma and say on training, fitness, and expectations. Joined on this episode by the one and only B. J. Breacher. And it is promising to be a fun scrap. We plan to discuss training versus just checking boxes, discussing why so many departments just go through the motions. I love this one because it has spell check on it. It really helps me out a lot. Being fit for duty and the ramifications. Expectations and standards. As well as the challenges of working at a combination department. Of course, this does not include all of the awesome questions that the audience will throw our way. Looking forward to seeing you live this Monday, June 17th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Live on YouTube. There we go. All right. What a nice little blurb. There we go. Fix my typos. Breacher, you're just gonna be there. CST, that's fine. I like it. Sending it to Sam. And now Sam will take that and he will ship it out to all the social media, and we'll have hopefully a nice content creation fun. Okay, coming back to read. Question about 360 on a job. As the company officer on a heavy rescue, I'm normally second to third truck on scene. I struggle with deciding if I should be doing a 360 before entering for search or going topside. So you're arriving second to third truck, because I don't know how many apparatus have been there before you. And someone with the truck culture may be able to answer this in a different way, because I live in suburbia and we do not have a heavy truck culture. So thanks, Jason, for hanging out, brother. If you're already gone, I'm sorry, I was working, so I wasn't reading chat. Firefighter Jim, if you're still here, 360 has to be performed. Now, whether it's performed by the second to third truck arriving, when I'm in command, I want eyes on Charlie. I want to get eyes on Charlie as quickly as possible. And I don't know where you're working out of, but man, there's some jurisdictions where I'm just blown away, because I live in Oklahoma. We're flat. I don't have to worry about walking around the backside and it being a 3-story on the backside. I don't have to worry about that. But I still absolutely want eyes on Charlie to see what's going on. And there's too many horror stories of things that you got to get eyes on Charlie. Now, does that mean the second to third truck needs to get eyes on Charlie? No, you need somebody. And I don't know if you feel like if you're struggling with it because in your culture people aren't getting eyes back there. So So when you say truck, you mean apparatus? I don't know if that's, yeah. We call our engines trucks all the time, even though it's just slang that's existed and it's not accurate. But someone has to get eyes on Charlie. Absolutely. Now, whether it's you, what I'm trying to say is, do you trust your command that they've taken care of that, or are you struggling with it because you're afraid someone hasn't done it? If that makes sense. If not, you need to build that trust with your command that it's taken care of, and trust that they've got the eyes on Charlie, and you can go do what you're assigned. They assign, hopefully they've done their 360 or they've assigned their 360, and then they've assigned you search. You just go do your job. That's how it's supposed to work in my mind. And you build that organizational trust and that everything through training. So hope that helps answer it. All right. Oh yeah. Got that stuff uploaded. Is there anything else I wanted to get done this morning? I mean, I'm gonna make one more clip just because I want to roll. Did anybody have a favorite clip? And go ahead and feel free, Jim. This is the thing I absolutely love discussing stuff like this while I'm working. It really makes it better. Like, it really does. It makes it more, for me, I don't know about anybody sitting here, but for me, it makes it a lot more fun. Some people are interested in the creative process, some people are not. And sometimes the creative process isn't that creative, it's just work. But right now, I'm going to find one more clip. But if anybody had a clip they loved, I wanted to get that, pressure is a privilege. I wanted to get that, man. I love that clip. That was around 9:53 somewhere. Man, I don't know.
90-minute sessions, or really it's 15 90-minute sessions, 5 2-hour sessions. And then Friday night, the first 3, Kyle Romagust and Scott Slocum, Independent, is the start of the County Fire Tactics textbook that, is definitely going to come out. That's what my textbook's going to be, County Fire Tactics. How to fight fires in a diverse environment where you're going from high rises in one part of the county to barns in the other.
I don't have a timestamp on pressure is a privilege. My last timestamp before it was 9:53, which was be assertive. You're gonna suck. I don't know what that means. Sounds like a good soundbite. Then I have a line, then it says pressure. Well, I can show you. Pressure is a privilege. Wait, I'm not looking at the live, so I don't know if you. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, I don't have a timestamp. They go the right way or the wrong way? I went the wrong way. The delay makes it work. Yeah. And then the next timestamp, 2008. Pressure is a privilege. Okay. See, that's why I love you guys. You made me put it up there and read it instead of just thinking I'd read it. 2008.
Plan. This company's gonna have its own plan, and none of them are coming together. So now you're just gonna have a bunch of damn noise, like 7 different bagpipers that just learned how to play bagpipes last year. They're gonna suck.
God, there's so many good ones, man. Hold on, I got distracted. I want to hear what he was talking about there. This is the other part, is I remember it, but
you got to have a plan. If you don't, somebody's gonna come up with their own plan, and that company's gonna have its own plan. This company's gonna have its own plan, and none of them are coming together. So now you're just gonna have a bunch of damn noise, because that matters on the fire ground. You got to have don't just talk to talk. And talk. If you're gonna talk so somebody can hear you. Have command presence. Be assertive. Be confident. Because that matters on the fire. And talk. If you're gonna talk so somebody can hear you. Have command. Talk. If you're gonna talk so somebody can hear you. If you're gonna talk so somebody can hear you.
Try to figure out the better place to start.
Talk. And talk. If you're gonna talk so somebody can hear you. Have talk. If you're gonna talk so somebody can hear you. Have and talk. If you're gonna talk so somebody can hear you. Have command presence. Be assertive. Be confident. Because that matters on the fire ground. You got to have a plan. If you don't, somebody's gonna come up with their own plan, and that company's gonna have its own plan. This company's gonna have its own plan, and none of them are coming together. So now you're just gonna have a bunch of damn noise, like 7 different bagpipers that just learned how to play bagpipes last year. They're gonna suck.
Looking for pressure is a privilege, and I found that one. That's a beautiful clip, man. We're gonna stick it right here.
And talk. If you're going to talk to somebody who can hear you. Have command presence. Be assertive. Be confident. Because
I want to hear the music. See how it is. I got to get rid of. Hey, BJ. Got to pause Iron. I got to pause Iron Man. Got to pause Downey.
And talk. If you're going to talk to somebody who can hear you. Have command presence. Be assertive. Be confident. Because that matters on the fire ground. You got to have a plan. If you don't, somebody's going to come up with their own plan. And that company's going to have its own plan. This company's going to have its own plan. And none of them are coming together. So now you're just going to have a bunch of damn noise, like 7 different bagpipers that just learned how to play bagpipes last year. They're going to suck.
I love Ike. All right, got that clipped. Put the outro on it.
They're going to suck.
Wanted a little quicker than that.
They're going to suck.
Nice. All right. We're going to say you got to have a plan. Is gotta a word? I don't like that. You got to have a plan. Put an exclamation point on it. Now, let's frame him up. And I don't like how it covers my preview when I do this. Every time I gotta figure out how to change the defaults. All right, we'll start with there. We're gonna follow Ike around here. Staying pretty still. Oh, we cut him off too much. There we go. Oh, he's moving on us. All right, let's see how that plays out.
Talk. If you're going to talk to somebody who can hear you. Have command.
I don't know if I like that slide.
Talk. If you're going to talk.
We'll do that and see if the slide's any better.
And talk. If you're going to talk to somebody who can hear you. Have command presence. Be assertive. Be confident. Because that matters on the fire ground. You got to have a plan. If you don't, somebody's going to come up with their own plan. And that company's going to have its own plan. This company's going to have its own plan. And none of them are coming together. So now you're just going to have a bunch of damn noise, like 7 different bagpipers that just learned how to play bagpipes last year. They're going to suck.
You got to have a plan on it. I'm going to unhook that, drag it out. That was actually a quick and easy clip. Not even the clip I was looking for. It was not the droids we were looking for. We're going to render that. GRNC number 250. D. Is anyone teaching or regularly using their e-hydro? Okay, hold on, I'm catching up. I would go back to Velez's question and listen to the entire response, which is where he's talking right now. You'll get clips. The beginning of his answer to John's question was genuine and real. Was he? That's what he was answering right there? I love that clip right there. I found that one on accident looking for another one. Josh, okay. Is anyone teaching or regularly using their e-hydraulic extrication tools for forcible entry? Not just on burglar bars, but for forcing doors. Just curious. Man, I don't know. In case it's a really dumb question, it just seems like a good idea with the mobility of these new tools. Man, I don't know, brother. I've never, I mean, honestly, I'll be on, actually, we're we're getting e-hydraulic tools. I don't think we have any yet, but the new unit we're getting is supposed to have them. So that'll be a phenomenal thing to find out. That'd be one I'd want to ask Paul Shoemaker. He was in there last night. Firefighter Jim Fred said, I appreciate you, Corley. When I met you, Josh, and Kyle at COBC sitting in the bar, y'all welcomed me and are just a solid group of guys. I know that Josh and Kyle are a solid group of guys. I like hanging out with them. Yeah, that whole I just need, it's nice. I mean, you see what I'm after. You can see what I'm after here. It's just 45 seconds that are on a single point that drive it home and make people want to click and go listen to the whole. That's the ultimate goal of this, is to make them want to go and listen to the rest of the scrap. Those who find it on social media, like you guys know, you were there. You know how good the scrap was. You know that this is just a snapshot of it. But the reason I make these in theory is that, I'll make sure I'm lined that up. Okay, I did. Someone who's never heard of the scrap listens to this and goes, whoa, I want to hear the rest of that. I really want to hear what he was talking about. Now I'm going to go back and try and find Pressure is a Privilege, which I think is coming up in this area. Hold on. I got a timestamp. All right. Yes, I love it.
That's first and foremost, and Corley, you probably heard me say this in the big room at Hilton. I don't ever claim to be a leader, or whatever. I don't teach leadership classes.
Right.
I brought this book right here. Like, my emotional intelligence is like a 1-year-old, right? Like, tonight I already had 5 like hissy fits on here, right?
I
love these jobs so much it gets the best of me, right? Now, I do have more patience than I've ever had. I've backed off, and I definitely lead different. So, but in regards to a new company officer, I really don't have to say anything to them. Because, I've been at my an officer gets assigned to my battalion, they don't know what the fuck I expect. They've been living under a rock. They've been living under a rock. Everybody on my job knows, what I expect, right? I expect you to take a nap in the afternoon or rest, because the safest firefighter is a well-rested firefighter. I expect you to come to work hydrated, ready to work. I don't care what you do on your days off. But when you're at work, be into the job,
There's so much good stuff here.
Be the best. Absolutely, I want you to have some. It's not even a rule.
That's what you're talking about, Josh.
And a lot of new people probably don't know this. I fucking hate video games in a firehouse. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I don't think an Xbox should be allowed in an American. They're wearing your brain down, right? So I would rather you read them. But, that's it. And most everybody knows, I used to have 69 rules of engagements. Shall wear air on a car fire, shall stretch. I want a true Vulcan, whatever. I don't care what brand it is. I want one of these lights down by your waist.
I think a missed Pressure is a Privilege, though.
Smoke on the 3rd floor of a 4-story apartment building, and you want to fucking send everybody home? Why wouldn't you let all the companies come in?
Yeah, I think I missed it. So I think it's back here in front of.
Different than if, you get in Passaic, New Jersey, where heavy density, whatever, to return on top of what other stuff they can't be working on. And that's where you have to kind of think, and that everybody understands the on-deck thing. And that if a Mayday is transmitted, a reinforcement of that on-deck company, or they're going to pick up the smoke out, so now that's going to eliminate the Mayday because they can stand up and walk out, and all of those things. And I think the fire service is graduating and go in that direction to be tacticians. We need more chief officers that were firefighters, that give a shit about what kind of lights their firefighters are carrying, but we definitely need more chief officers to be tacticians. We need more chief officers that were firefighters, that give a shit about what kind of lights their firefighters are carrying, what kind of air packs, what kind of saws, what kind of blades. Talking don't put out a fire. A portable radio don't put out a fire. You got to make sure you understand this, and you got to make sure that music can be read by the people that are playing the instruments. And all companies aren't created equal. When you're going to send a company to cut a peak roof, to do this, or maybe they're going to get fans because now the fire's knocked down and we can fire. But we definitely need more chief officers to be tactical, tactic direction. But we definitely need more chief. We definitely need more chief.
Again, I wasn't looking for this clip, but I found this clip and it's really good. So we're going to make it into a soundbite. Got an empty bay right here. We're going to slap it in. I don't know what music is there. We'll find out in a second. Ike, you're in my way. Music, tighten up. It's a short clip. Stretch the overlay. Let's listen to the music.
But we definitely need more chief officers to be tactical, tacticians. We need more chief officers that were firefighters that give a shit about what kind of lights are. Somebody's going to have its own, and none.
No, it's not the same music. Okay.
We need more chief officers that were firefighters that give a shit about what kind of lights their firefighters are carrying, what kind of air packs, what kind of saws, what kind of blades. Like talking don't put out a fire. A portable radio don't put out a fire. You got to make sure you understand this, and you got to make sure that that music can be read by the people that are playing the instruments.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't know if I wanted to cut it
Radio
right here.
don't put out a fire.
If I could cut it.
Fire. Talking don't put out a fire.
So I can end it right there on that, or I could go with the rest of the orchestration stuff. But
talking don't put out a fire.
I think that's the strong hand right there.
Talking don't put out a fire.
Honestly do. So I'm going to chop it there. It's going to be a shorter clip. But I think it's powerful because that really does drive home the point. And the best part is I'm going to find the music here. And I'm going to tighten up the music to finish on the drop. Talking don't put out fire. Should be talking don't put out fire. That's what he said though, right? It's always anybody know how to properly conjugate, or what is it? Talking doesn't put out fire. Is that the proper way to do doesn't? I have to go look it up on Google. It's not bad my spelling is, and this thing doesn't check. Does, yeah, right between the T. I always figure out where to put the comma. It's just, I'm not good at that. Whatever that is. Rely on spell check. Talking doesn't put out fire. All right.
Put out a fire.
Gotta get the sound right.
Talking don't put out a fire. Talking don't put out a fire.
There we go. I think that's a good mix. Now I just got to frame Ike. Really proud of this clip. Where's my preview? Where's Ike at? All right. At the beginning, it's pretty good. Well, let's see. Let's go here and then frame him. I like that framing to start. All right. And let's see how we hold. All in all, holds really well. He's not moving much for Ike right now. Now we're getting a little bit of that Ike motion. Angry Ike there at the end. Okay, let's see how it looks. Unhook it. Talking doesn't put out fire.
But we definitely need more chief officers to be tacticians. We need more chief officers that were firefighters, that give a shit about what kind of lights their firefighters are carrying, what kind of air packs, what kind of saws, what kind of blades. Like, talking don't put out a fire.
I think it bounces around too much in there. Let's see how that plays. This is when my OCD gets me.
But we definitely need more chief officers to be tacticians. We need more chief officers that were firefighters, that give a shit about what kind of lights their firefighters are carrying, what kind of air packs, what kind of saws, what kind of blades. Like, talking don't put out a fire.
Love it. All right, rendering this one. Talking don't put out fire. Talking doesn't put out fire. All right, that's good. Talking don't put out. Should I do it? I always struggle with that, but that's okay. We're rendering. It's a piece of social media. Render as TRNC number 250E. Got 5 clips out of it, and I think we could make like 25 more. 121.57. Is that on the podcast or is that on the live show? Yeah, he did it a couple times though, so I don't know if it's the exact same one. Play the music the way I want you to play it. He did it at the end of this one that I cut off, but he also did it, I think it was before this, because he references it again there with his... Now live, there we go. Rendering. I'll go look for it. 121.57. Here's the problem. Live show, so the live show I cut off. Yeah, unless you know the time. I'm trying to do the conversion to time. Because hour 21 in, we started like 10 minutes late. So is that around 8:31? No, 9:31? I'm trying to convert it. Because there's the stuff on the front that I cut off. I'm going to look for it. There's the half hour, 1 hour, hour and a half mark is right in this area. I'm looking. Chris Jacoby, first one to say Tim Klett. Boom. All right. Verified. There you go. All right, I'm going to quit playing it. I'm going to look for it. I'm just going to go like this, high speed, and look for an orchestration. Tell me if you see it. Oh, hold up. Oh. Zooming in. We'll see what he's talking about here. Because I'm looking at this.
When I give you a nugget over the radio, I'm not micromanaging.
Orchestrating it. Conducting.
I'm not blowing. I'm not beating. I'm just keeping us all together. Because you ain't the only fucker in the band. Everybody's tune has got to match the music. And I'm the one that's writing the music. So play my music the way I want you to play my music. And when it's over, we can all be proud. And I'm going to be proud because you kicked ass running that 32 K12 on a complicated route. We can all be proud. Pull the fucking cord out, even though I told you to put the bitch on the ground, short choke it. Here's the deal.
You got to start with the here's the deal, right? Found it pretty quick. Actually, the hand motions made it easy to find. Let's try this one. I don't know what music this is. We're going to stick it with this music, though.
Here's the deal. When I give you a nugget over the radio, I'm not micromanaging.
Orchestrating. Conducting.
I'm not blowing. I'm not beating.
I'm gonna cut me out here. Hold on 1 second. Conducting.
I'm not blowing. I'm not beating. I'm just keeping us all together. Because you ain't the only fucker in the band. Everybody's tune has got to match the music. And I'm the one that's writing the music. So play my music the way I want you to play my music. And when it's over, we can all be proud.
That's a pretty strong clip, man. Now I just got the challenges of, I really like the way the music laid over it too, I'm not going to lie. Really laid over well when it got quiet, and he was like, anyway, it was pretty good on accident. So now I'm going to try and unhook this and this. Stop. Unhook. 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 Not going to do anything crazy here. Drag that out. But now I can, he does move around a lot. So we're going to try and follow him. We'll see how this goes. We're starting with him off frame basically. So we're going to zoom over here and go this way. See how that looks. We'll see how much we can capture of it. I love the clip though, I really do. So there, I like it. Add one. And then he instantly shifts over. I mean, that's a hard shift. Add one there. This is... When does he start leaning back? Somewhere in here. So that's good to there, and then he's going to lean back. Try and capture as much of his arms as I can. I love it when he gets excited and leans into the camera, man. There is nothing better than excited Ike. Nothing. All right, we'll see how this looks. That's a lot of motion, but we're going to see. That's a little project.
Here's the deal. When I give you a nugget over the radio, I'm not micromanaging. I'm not blowing.
I'm going to get rid of my voice in there. Hold on.
I'm not blowing. I'm not beating. I'm just keeping us all together. Because you ain't the only fucker in the band. Everybody's tune has got to match the music. And I'm the one that's writing the music. So play my music the way I want you to play my music. And when it's over, we can all be proud.
Yeah, it's a really good scratch. That's a really good clip. Now I just got to name it properly. Play my music? What do you think? Play my music, or you're not the only... Try not to put F-bombs in the actual titles. I don't care about using them, but not on the actual... Beethoven. The composer. The conductor. I'm going to put play my music. That'll be a nice... What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Hopefully, they see it and say, play my music. What's he talking about? What's this crazy dude talking about? Project, render as. Is this E or F? I think it's F. Did we do an E? Have we done that many? Weekly scrap, reels, finished reels. A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. We got an F. Whoa. See, the other thing is I have to add captions to these later. I do that on my phone because I haven't found a good way to do it on the computer. There's some good apps on the phones that add captions. So I upload all these to Drive, download them to my phone, add the captions, send them to Sam. Sam will push them out on social media. I create, he sends. Got a good team. Do I want to make one? I still want to find pressure as a privilege, but my timestamp is nowhere near where it's at. Yeah, that's a great clip, Dan. That's a great one. Because of the motions. The motions really... Yeah, we'll be up to double A if we grab them all. There's no doubt. And that's the trouble. Sometimes, man, I don't get a chance. Like today I'm off duty. I'm actually off duty because I had some time to actually burn before July 1, and there's not that many days to get it in. So I'm actually on duty today, but using a holiday time. It's use it or lose it type scenario, which gave me extra time to do this. Usually I'm trying to, after the scrap after party, I'm trying to throw a couple of these together from the scrap to get to Sam so that we have them to hype the previous show while we're getting ready for the next show. But like last week from Celix, I only had a chance to make one, and I was just too busy to get in here and do this, to spend, a couple hours actually making them. I need to make it a priority. Say I don't have enough time. You just got to change it and say it's not a priority. But I got one done. Absolutely. But I wish I could make like 4 or 5 from each one every time, because there's always at least 4 or 5 nuggets like that, or timestamps. No, that I'm telling you, Dan, that helps a lot. If I can get the actual time on the clock, like if you I don't know if we should create in the Patreon, if we should create one of the discussion channels where you can just go in and put the timestamp from the episode. And when I say timestamp, the actual clock, I don't care which time zone you're in, if you put it on there, that makes it easy to find on here, because I can put the start of the scrap when it actually started. So we started like at 8:08 or something like that because of the delay with the microphone. But I can put it there, and then I can say, okay, well, that makes this 9 o'clock, and that makes this 9:45, and I can find it from there, if that makes sense. I know it does, but 10:10, okay. So 10:10 would be right in this area. Pressure is a privilege, right? 2 hours and 10 minutes into
hours more, the brothers got to go back to the firehouse and get sleep for the rest of the 48-hour shift. All that hose on the ground, man, I don't know. We put like 6 attack lines. We had, I thought we had fire in 3 units. Smoke was pushing for 5 units. Nobody's done 2 or 3 bottles. You're not dehydrated. So guess what? Now we get a fire the next day.
In front of it.
Evade and trench. All these things matter. Because at the end of the day, we got to stay aggressive. That's got to, dude. Nobody was great at it the first time. People are scared. They can't push it in hard enough. It's almost like they're about to break it off. It's harder than you think it is. Now, once you get it down and you've done it about 3 or 4 times, man, it's bam, bam, bam. It's clockwork. You don't want it to be the first time when the bell's ringing. smoke's banked down on you, hearing that fire crackling, hearing all that noise. No, that stress is going to make it even harder. So you got to be thinking about this stuff, you know. So train a most form probing. I'm going to make sure Trevor knows how to transfil, because if you can't save yourself, how the fuck are you supposed to expect somebody else to save you? You don't know how to transmit a mayday. You don't know how to activate your pass device. You don't know how to do a transfil. You don't know how to tie a hand cut knife or bail out or rope slide or, you know, head first, or how to use a hose line.
Boom.
Evade and trench.
8:54.
All these things matter.
16 minutes
because
off.
At the end of the day, we got to stay aggressive. That's got to be the default mode. We got to stay aggressive, because that's the safest way for us to operate, is tactically be proficient. That's what puts out fires. Be tactically strong, tactically proficient. And see, here's what people don't think about. When you cut a vertical vent opening and you needed it and it did a good job, it'll look like you didn't need it because it did its job.
Right.
When you call enough resources and you, what I did for years, where you go to a Queen Anne Victoria.
All right, those old cuts are not. Those are from other scraps. That's why I'm seeing them up there. Okay. So transfil, I don't know, man. We were speaking of the clip at 10:09, so somewhere in there. That's right where I'm at right here is at 06. So this should be 9:09.
PSI, compressed air. And you couldn't even.
The problem was we were delayed getting out the gate. The iPhone boys were. Okay. The iPhone boys were talking about it. But we started like at 8:10. So I don't know. That's what's throwing my clock off. Because I cut out. Like it starts with. Let's see where I start. Where do I start? Right now, I'm recording. Oh, that's why it's on. That's actually like 20 minutes before the scrap started.
Pull this thing.
Here, let me get, I'll
There's
get his sound adjusted right now.
Ah, okay, here we go. Now we're doing this. He was messing with that microphone. That's why. That's why everything's been off. I didn't chop it off at the start. So I've had some troubles today. But that actually keeps it pretty close, which means this recording started about 10 minutes. No. He joined right about 7 minutes to 8. So right here is where he joined. So 7 minutes later, get out of here, preview, 6. So I had 13. 13 is right here. That should be 8 o'clock. That's 16, so it's terrible more. Hold on, I'm doing this math. I'm doing this gorilla math, fixing this problem. 13. That should be when we started, or that should be 8 o'clock. Roger that. Pull it back to the beginning. Go away. Go away. Losing everything I pulled out, but that's all right. Get out of here. All right, now I'm stretching this to the end. There's the end. Now you said 10:10. We should be dead on. Should be. That's a very good should be.
You know, some people could be the best parents in the world, man. They can do everything. They could just like be perfect. And you know, I grew up in a church, so I'm a Christian. I think, I should still be able to say that. You can be anything in this country. Well, I'm a Christian. I think God just gives different people, different things in life. And some people have a little bit more of a challenge or work. So, on top of it, I do think we were blessed with 3 kids that, were healthy. And I don't know if you caught on to that Nintendo and Atari thing, but anyways, got to keep pushing it. Always giving them little tidbits, nuggets. All right, we'd be in the car like, that dinner costs this. If you think $20 an hour is good, well, let's just say within a grand, $400, right? 400 divided by 20, blindfolded about life and, the cost of a car and a house and.
08 is what I have for it. Time.
Well, don't do what I did. Be home more. I mean, I did try to make sure I was.
Jason Gregory, you said it later. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
so my mom worked at Hurlburt Air Force Base at Eglin Air Force. They got home, and when Jessica and I went to engage in encounters, well, here's the deal. I think it's fucking crazy, disrespectful, and disgusting when somebody works on a fire department. You know, I said it at one of the conferences, Corley, about, I don't know, half a dozen meal kit. I said, man, Trevor's too smart to be a fireman. I said, you think fucking John Norman's not a fucking genius? And like Brian Brush's book, the damn first print sold out, right?
Right.
Like, we need smart people to be writing books like Brian Brush's book that he just did. You know, like I've never worked with a stupid. All the firefighters I work with, or they might not have some crazy formal education. Put like 2 ball bearings in a room with a firefighter. True, they'll fucking multiply them things, right? They'll turn it into 4 somehow. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, firefighters, right? Like, yeah. So, you know, those are things. So, man, I'm at
2 minutes 05 into the live. Okay, into the live. So I should, if my math is correct, then I'm off right now. I'm shooting past it because 05 is right here. This is the fun of it. There's 01, 02, 04. So right in this area, according to Dan.
Lazy River.
If my math is correct.
That's 275 for all 4. That's 12 days of training. 4 3-day conferences, 270. We couldn't do it though for one for like Elkhart Brass, Kehoe. Big supporter, Morning Pride, helping us offset this stupid, crazy cost. When the scrap's over tonight, the deal's over. So get it, split it with somebody. We don't care what you do, but whoever's name's going to get it. So moving on past that. He worked on 88 engine in the 18th Battalion under John Sock was his chief. First due to the Bronx Zoo.
I got the Chris Jacoby. He picked Tim Klett along.
I sure as hell fucking hope Kyle Romagus knew who it was.
Chris Everett verified it too. Chris.
That's awesome. Okay.
And they can't hear me, so you might want to say his name again.
Hey, Sam's talking in my ear telling me who got it right.
Hey, yeah. So he just needs to email me at cftactics@gmail.com.
I think my math is off. There you go. How did I? There's a few things, and I'm just to explain my brain. We didn't start at 8. So I was trying to do the backwards math to when Ike logged in, there was 7 minutes to go, and I tried to chop off 7 minutes, and that should have been 8 o'clock on this recording because we actually didn't go live.
Hey, man, I've been off more in the last...
Chief Kurt Isaacson, he is a 30-plus year. So there's where we went live.
Jake, we're good, man. Go back to dinner and family.
There's a whole bunch.
It's time. 10 seconds.
So right there is where we went live. Corley Moore, Firehouse Vigilance. I'm going to go see. I'm going to go look at YouTube and see. It might be easier just to listen to the entire scrap. It was streamed 13 hours ago. Does it say when it went live? 1,500 views, streamed 15 hours ago, but it doesn't say like it went live at 8:08. That'd have been great. That would have been phenomenal. We're getting within the right area, but anyway. So that's where we went live, but we went live 8 minutes, at least 8 minutes late. I'm guessing that's the guerrilla math. And so if it was 2:05 from the point we went live, can I just do math from that? This is welcome to my brain. Okay. But that was, we still had the ads running before then. How long were the ads? See what I'm saying? 6 minutes. 6 minutes on the nose. So if I push this out to 6 minutes on the nose. Right there. 105.54, 106.07. 106.02. Okay, so there's 6 minutes, and then start with Corley Moore Firehouse Vigilance. Then 2:05 is right here. 2:09, 2:06.
a lot of times I would get off duty, come home, I'd see them. I'd go, you know, I was a contract training officer when they were younger for 6 years down in South Walton.
At the same time.
Well, don't do what I.
And we're right in that area still, 205.
Walton, Okaloosa Island, Destin, that area. So I was home, you know, on my days off at nighttime for dinner. I went to the soccer mix, all of that. It's in the world, man. They can do everything. They could, this country, well, I'm a Christian. I think God just worked. So, you know, on top of it, I do think we were blessed with 3 kids that, you know, were healthy. But you still got to tell them to do their homework. I mean, you got to give them rules that they can't be on the Nintendo or the Atari for, you know, 8-9 hours every night. So you got to manage that stuff. Oh
man, you know what I'm doing? .205 into the scrap is 305 because I'm starting at 1 for my 0. It's like when you take an inch off the sorry, when you take an inch off the tape measure, you got to add the inch. So 305. That's where I've been looking in the wrong spot, like by an hour. Chief, as a leader, you have gained an incredible amount of influence.
Pressure.
Instantly found it once I looked in the right spot. Okay, I don't feel too fucking stupid.
I tell you what, I get emotional, and I've told my 3 kids this a lot. Pressure's privilege. There's a lot of pressure on you. Pressure to perform, pressure to lead, pressure to be emotionally intelligent. It's a privilege because not everybody has pressure on them. They're lonely. They don't have a why. So I wasn't looking for the pressure, but when the pressure started pouring on, I took it as a privilege because I love the job. Somebody would want to listen to me. My father was like a huge influence on me teaching.
All right, I love this clip. Get out of here, Kurt. Just need some good music to it that's not too epic. That's a little too epic. I like this. There we go. Got the clip, got the music.
Pressure to perform, pressure to...
Music's way too low, but I don't want to change the whole track, so I'm going to add volume this way. I'll add 6 decibels. Here we go. See how it sounds. See what the meter says. This meter I'm looking at here.
I tell you what, I get emotional, and I've told my 3 kids this a lot.
See, it's still at 34. I want to get it up into the... Gotta add. Where's my add button? There we go. Add another volume. I'm gonna add 2 of them. Maybe I won't add them. Add. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna give this 12 more decibels. Now let's see if it's too loud, but we'll see.
I wasn't looking for it.
That's good.
I tell you what, I get emotional, and I've told my 3 kids this a lot. Pressure's privilege. There's a lot of pressure on you. Pressure to perform, pressure to lead, pressure to be emotionally intelligent. It's a privilege because not everybody has pressure on them. They're lonely. They don't have a why. So I wasn't looking for the pressure, but when the pressure started pouring on, I took it as a privilege because I love the job. Somebody would want to listen to me. took it as a privilege because I love the job. Somebody would want to listen to me.
I think I love the job is the more powerful ending. I think. Oh, split it, then cut it, drag it.
I took it as a privilege because I love the job.
Yeah, that's strong. Oh, I think the answer on what we're going to call this one's pretty easy. Can anybody spell privilege? I gotta go to Google. Privilege, E-G-E. Just check it. P-R-V-I-L-E-G-E. Thank you, Google. Pressure is a privilege. Doesn't look right to me, but that's okay. I trust you, Google. All right. Line it up, tuck it in, make sure
Privilege because I love the job.
That's pretty good timing right there.
Privilege because I love the job.
About the perfect delay. All right, now he's got to frame him. He doesn't move around much on this one compared to some. Where'd you go, Kurt? Found him. Put the dot right in the middle of his forehead there. Tuck it in. That's pretty strong. Okay, let's see how it plays, and we'll render. That'll be G. I don't know if I've done G on a single scrap before. Unhook that, drag it.
I wasn't looking for it. I tell you what, I get emotional, and I've told my 3 kids this a lot. Pressure's privilege. And there's a lot of pressure on you. Pressure to perform, pressure to lead, pressure to be emotionally intelligent. It's a privilege because not everybody has pressure on them. They're lonely. They don't have a why. So I wasn't looking for the pressure, but when the pressure started pouring on, I took it as a privilege because I love the job.
Dude, that's good. All right. Make sure to line up. Rendering G. Render as GRNC number 250 G. You guys will see them soon. Hope you guys interact and share. You guys were here on the ground floor of seeing them being made. All right. Almost 2 hours of creating content. Now I got to get to the gym because I haven't been to the gym yet. I haven't eaten anything yet because I've been drinking coffee and making content. That's what I do when I start getting creative. Is I forget to eat. It's not the healthiest of lifestyles. Man, I'm going to try and do it every time I'm making content, just because I'm telling you, I enjoy making the content. I just put on my music and go, but it's so much more fun, even with 2 or 3 people in here just making comments, or even the freaking hunt for pressure is a privilege. The fact that you guys were there last night, knew what we were talking about, that makes it cool. But also the fact that I was, looking 1 hour off. I was doing all the math in my head trying to figure out 8 minutes started. We started 8 minutes late, but the recording started 12 minutes before, so it should be 20 minutes. All the math was good, but I was looking 1 hour off because on the editor, I'm starting it on the... Anyway, you guys were there. I don't need to recap. I felt kind of dumb because when we found it, it was like one of the best clips of the night, I think. And I still got 14 more I could make, but I think 6 is pretty damn strong. And normally, like I said, I don't have this much time to do it. Are you at work? All right. Hey, you guys are amazing. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Nice. Yeah, there's nothing better than being able to do it. Hopefully you catch a job if you're on duty, not at work, like real world work. What I call the real world. All right, I love you all. Hey, thanks for hanging out, man. It meant the world to me to make some clips with you and just kind of chill and relax. So enjoy the day. I'm going to do it again after the next scrap. I enjoy it, so as long as people, even when people don't log in, I'll probably still be doing it. But have fun. I'll see you Monday night for the scrap, if not before. I got to do an LFG today, too, so I might see somebody in there as I go to the gym. Love you all. Rock on. How do I end this thing? Oh, yeah, it's right here. End stream.